can't see. What did I eat today that was mucusy? You loud? Where is this from at? Oh, it's at 100%. What I'm doing? Ain't nobody here? Where y'all at? Hey, Gaga Mary. I don't know why I always want to call you Gigi. I don't know what I be saying, y'all. Who is here? Hey, beautiful magic. Hey, Erin Martin. Gigi. Gigi. What y'all doing tonight? I was trying to take a nap, and my oldest son came through. He don't never call. I be like, why you don't call when you why you just pop up? You my mama. I don't have to call. You don't live here. You don't live here. It would be, that's called a common courtesy to call a residence that you no longer live at to let them know that you're coming by. Not to just show up at their house because I was asleep. I literally was taking a nap and he knocked on the door. So, of course, when he knocked on the door, Gizmo started barking. All that woke me up. So, he stayed for about a good 30 minutes. So, after that, you can't go back to sleep. Well, I can't. Some of y'all probably can, but I can't. So, I said, well, let me eat a little something and um, come online and chit chat for about an hour or so. See what y'all doing. Y'all people like me that um, don't go out on Friday nights. Hi, Jaheim. Jaheim Kinsey. Y'all folks like me that don't go out on Friday nights. Um, I said, well, I can at least talk to them. I saw this movie last night called Breakthrough, and it is a Christian movie. And, you know, I don't know if you're into like those Christian movies, but they all, basically have the same theme where like God is, healing somebody or something, This specific one, there was a young man who, spoiler alert, I'm about to spoil it. If you ain't seen it, I'm about to tell you about it. So if you don't want to know, click off now until we start talking about something else. There was a young man. He looked maybe about 14 years old, something like that. Looked like he was in high school, but young. He him and his friends were playing on a lake that was frozen over, and he fell in. Like two boys fell in, but one was able to hold on until the paramedics got there and they were able to get him out. But the other young man, I think his name was John, he fell in all the way in. And this is a true story because they showed the real people at the end of the movie. And I'm pretty sure this was at the theaters, but I never see movies like this at the theater. Um, he fell in the lake, and we all know that most people don't survive those type of drownings. When the lake is frozen over and you. So I see we buffering already. So they got him to the hospital, and the doctors, were saying that he probably wouldn't make it through the night. And the mom, it started off showing that they were very religious people, going to church and like when this was going on, the mother was sitting, reading her Bible and doing her little meditations and stuff. So she gets to the hospital, and when she got to the hospital, they were still doing CPR on the young man because the doctor said at least they wanted to continue doing CPR until the family got there, which is rare. They in real life they not doing that. If the child, if it ain't no pulse and no heart rate for 45 minutes, they're not gonna just keep doing CPR until the family get there. Okay, we know that's a lie. So they were doing CPR until the mom got there, and then when the mother got there, they stopped doing CPR. In which time the boy had no um, heartbeat or anything, no signs of life. And so the mother, touched him and was basically just kind of like screamed out to God to give me back my son. It was real forceful. It was like one of them, like, give me my baby. I was like, oh, okay. Is God listening to that? And then his heart started beating again. So I'm like, okay, we going down that road. Okay? So we gonna scream at God and get his attention, and my baby's heart gonna start beating again. That's what I don't like about these kind of movies because I wish life was that simple. So of course the boy goes on to survive. And the doctor is like, I've been a doctor for X amount of years and I've never seen anything like this. It's a miracle. And I was like, oh my God, they are so dramatic. Am I just jaded when it comes to that kind of stuff? I mean, but no, they were dramatic. It was just overly dramatic. I understand. This society, the majority of people, in this country are Christians. They're either Christian, Catholic, and then, Muslim. And there's other religions, of course, but there's a large population of Christians. And I guess whatever town that this little boy lived in, his family lived in, this must have been in the Bible Belt, child, because the whole school showed up and the little kids was praying. The kids was out there holding up candles and praying and singing songs to the Lord. Whoever little girl that was that led that song, come through, little girl, because you showed this sing. I'd have got up out the bed for that song. So, the little boy woke up. He was in a coma. The mama was like, well, stop the medication. Take him off all the medicine and let God do the work. I'm like, oh my God. Okay, it's something wrong with me. This is why I don't watch them kind of movies. Take him off the medicine and let God do the work. I was like, okay, Jesus, take him off the medicine and let God do the work, okay? Because what y'all doing ain't working. Let God work on him. So God worked on him, and the little boy woke up, and it was happily ever after. But this is the part right here that got me. When the little boy went back to school, one of his teachers said, why doesn't God do that for everybody? Because we all be praying when our relatives are on their deathbed or sick. I'm pretty sure every mother that has had a sick child has begged God to bring their child back. Every child that has had cancer or leukemia or whatever, children, parents have asked God to bring their kids back. Now, let me say this. Let me say this too. My son, a couple of years ago, my youngest son had a 6-hour surgery. 6 hours. I ain't never prayed so hard in my whole entire life. Like, I prayed to God, every deity, every saint, everybody I could think of, I was calling on them. Now, I know we will do that as a mother. If we think the devil gonna help, we gonna call him too. We gonna ask everybody to come help. Okay? The doctor, okay, there were 2 times in my prayer that I was literally crying. Like, tears was coming. I was like, God, we don't do this. You know what I mean? Because I had just recently lost my mother and my kid's father. I was like, you can't do this. Don't do this, God. Please. I mean, I was begging and crying and everything twice. The doctor, after the surgery was over, he came out and he said, I don't know how he made it. He said we had to call for a rapid infuser, and that is a machine. He said if we had not had that machine, your son wouldn't have made it. He said because he started hemorrhaging and he lost basically all of his blood volume, all of it. He was hemorrhaging faster than they could put the blood back in him. And they had to use a machine to force the blood in real fast. He said, I don't know what did it. He said, for one thing, your son is young. He said, had that been you probably, even with the rapid infuser, you probably would not have made it. And I'm just being honest. He said, and I still don't know how he made it, losing that amount of blood. And I was like, I do. Because I called on everybody I could think of. Y'all go in that operating room and check on my baby. I was telling my mama, I was like, Mama, Kimi is laying on that table. I need you to go in there and be with him right now. I called his daddy because his daddy had just passed away earlier that year. Go in there and get your boy. Go in there and watch over them surgeries. I don't care if you have to go take care of my child. When that doctor told me that, I literally fainted. Because it was 2 times that I was praying and just crying. Like I was literally begging. And it was probably the 2 times that my son had actually come so close to death. And I was begging. Like, I've never, ever. When my mother was sick with cancer, I didn't beg for her to stay here like I did with my son. Because for one, my mother was 93 years old. She had lived her life. She was so happy. You know what I mean? Like, she had always been a happy person. And my mother had left very strict instructions. If something was to happen to me, do not prolong my death. I don't want to be operated on or anything in my old age. And I honored her wishes. But my son was in his 20s. Okay? He hadn't lived his life. He, hadn't had a chance to be with his daughter. Like, his daughter was so young. Like, Amani just turned 11, and this was, a couple of years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago when this happened. That's not enough time to spend with your child. I didn't want Amani to grow up like me because my father died when I was so young. I didn't want that for her. So I was pleading with God. Don't take my child. Okay? I didn't say take me. It didn't get to that point because look, I just got married recently and I was happy too. So it wasn't like, take me, God. No, don't take me. Just don't take nobody. Don't take my son and don't take me either. But the question that what always comes to my mind is it's not our pleading though that saves the person. It's just not their time to go. You know what I mean? Whatever happens, it just wasn't his time. It's not because you can't plead somebody else's case with God. It just don't work like that. And that's why I hate those kind of shows because it makes other people feel like people that feel like they have a very serious connection with God and they have pleaded for God to do something and it didn't work. It makes them feel like, well, maybe my connection wasn't what I thought it was. No, you can't bribe God. You can't. If it's somebody's time to go, it's their time to go. And it is our own selfishness that want to keep people here and suffer. Especially if they're sick. If they have cancer or something like that, they're suffering. And we have to let them go. We have to learn how as people to sit our egos down and allow God to basically do his work. And I think in the movie that was one of the things that they tried to express, but I just don't think that it was expressed strong enough. Because the scene where the woman said, take him off all of the medication and the machines and let God work. But I just don't think that the message came across strong enough that in these type of our pet gets sick because this has been it came back. This has been a very trying period this week, with Gizmo being sick. I really had to tell my ego to stand down because I don't own Gizmo. You know what I mean? We don't own our children. We bring them into the world, but we don't own them. I don't own him. Even though you say my dog as a sign of ownership, but I don't own him. Gizmo belongs to the creator. And if the creator decides to take Gizmo, I have to, mourn his death and move on. Gizmo ain't dead. But I'm saying, this is how we have to start looking at situations. We don't own our kids. We don't own our elderly parents. We love them, but we don't own them. And when we stop that ownership thing, like people, I don't own my husband. I love him. But at any time, he can decide, well, this is not for me. I pray he don't. But if he does, I have to keep living. That's how you have to look at people. We all have our own mindsets. We go and we do what we want to do. I don't own you. So if you decide for whatever reason that you don't want to be in a relationship with me anymore, I can't go out and slash your tires and put sugar in your car tank. I gotta just gather up my little feelings and move on. you got to move on. You got to do, because we all come here. You know, people say that our lives are predestined. You know, our lives are already written in a book. Our stories have already been told. We are living out those stories. And they're going to go by what's written in that book. And if something happens to you, it just happens to you. That's just part of life. And I think if we get to that point where we are grateful for the time that we spend with people, we are grateful for the time that we have our children, we're grateful for the time that we spend in relationships, we would be a happier people. I said that was one thing that I put on my list this year is gratitude. I want to be more grateful and not take for granted how much I am loved. How much my husband loves me, how much I love him. Because I noticed last year I complained a lot, about my health, about my pain, about, my ears, my eyes, my eyelashes. I had a complaint for everything. Child, my eyelashes was giving me the blues um last year. But I'm not blind. You know what I mean? I have blepharitis, but I can see. I can blink my eyes. I can see. So we have to learn how to be more grateful for what we do have and not, because I have really noticed since I got in my 50s, I can really tell the changes in my body. I can feel them, I can see them, and I know that, the change is going on. But I'm grateful that I still have this body. And it is still functioning. It ain't functioning at 100, but I'm still here. And I have to be grateful for that. You know what I mean? I can't just get up every morning complaining because my knees is hurting. Okay, girl, when you wake up tomorrow, they're going to be hurting. So what? Come on, girl, let's go. Put them little raggedy slippers on, go on downstairs and make your coffee. It don't make no sense to sit on the side of the bed and complain about how bad your knees hurting. Because they going to hurt regardless. You going to wake up tomorrow and say the same thing? No. Don't nobody want to hear that every day. Girl, get up, make your coffee, go on about your business. That's my motto for this year. I don't want to complain every time something happened to me because it's always going to be something. It is. I got a couple of diseases, so it's always going to be something. But I'm not going to allow these old cracking, crumpling, noisy knees to mess up my 2020. No, 2020 about to be lit. Knees, crackling knees and all. Because these knees acted a fool last year. Y'all just not knowing. They acted crazy last year. And I'm pretty sure they're going to act a fool this year too. But you know what? I'm just going to be about it. No, that's not strange, William. That's the other people in the clouds. They can come on down. Whoever in the clouds, y'all can come on down. Unless I got you blocked. Y'all might as well come on down and have fun with the rest of us. I don't care about the cloud dwellers. I ain't that type of person. They probably think that I'm talking about their cult leader. We ain't talking about VS today, child. We don't care nothing about her. So y'all might as well go on about your business. That's the folks in the class. They might as well drop on down. No, William, I'm not blind, child. I'm not blind, sweetheart. Hey, Yemiya. Hey, Heart to Ascend TV. But the movie is really good. If you why can't you type? Your fingers hurt. I don't want to type. Why would I? What am I supposed to be typing? What am I supposed to be typing? If I'm talking, why would I type? I'm talking. Can you not hear me? Why do I need to type? The movie it's a really good is I mean, if you like them Christian movies, then it's a good movie. If you are extremely critical of movies like that, like I am, then you probably won't like it. I mean, I really don't like those Christian type, movies with heavy Christian overtones. That's not really my type of thing, but I was bored last night and didn't feel like turning on Netflix because I do want to watch that Kevin Hart um, Netflix. This type of stream would distract me from my work. Oh, okay. Will you want me to block you? Cause I don't want you to be distracted. You want me to do that? Cause I can help you with that. Cause I don't want you to be distracted. If you into that type of thing, then you will probably like the movie. If you're into, because I know a lot of us that come to this channel or have a Christian background like I do. I have a very deep Christian background. My introduction to religion was Christianity. My family was Baptist. Well, they still are. I'm the only heathen in the family. I'm the only one that went rogue in my family. Well, my mom and dad are both have both passed away, but the majority of the rest of my family are still Christian. And to my core, I'm a Christian. Like they do ask you at the hospital, um, do they ask you what your religion? Yeah, what your religious preference is. At the hospital I go to, they do anyway. Um, I guess it's if anything happens to you, they know what minister to send to your room to comfort the family. They don't want to send, a Catholic priest if you're Baptist or whatever. So the hospital that I go to, they do ask, hey Monique, they do ask your religious preference. And I always put Baptist because I'm not about to be up in that hospital and they ask me what my religious preference is and I put hoodoo and scare the hell out of all the nurses. Scare all the nurses to death. Then ain't nobody gonna want to try to help me. Cause we live in a society that's scared of y'all. This society, y'all even scared of Muslims. So I know if I say hoodoo, they gonna have a heart attack. They gonna have a hoodoo heart attack. So I always say Baptist. So just send me the regular little minister with the little collar thing around his neck. I gotta get my collar, because y'all know I am an ordained minister. I'm gonna come on here and shock all y'all one day. I'm gonna come on here with my collar on, okay? I'm gonna shock everybody. Now that would make an interesting video if I wear my collar. Thank you, Princessa Samira. Sandcrawler. Okay, so what do y'all want to talk about? I'm open today. I'm open tonight to basically talk about anything y'all want to talk about. I'm gonna put my email address uh in the chat. If anybody wants to email me, that's my email. Whatever y'all want to talk about, it's on you. While y'all figuring out what you want to talk about, I'm going to show you the projects that I'm working on right now because y'all know I crochet. And I said 2020, I'm really going to step my crochet game up because last year I didn't do a whole lot of crafts stuff. I don't know what these are called. Um, I think they're called Granny Shawl Scarves. So this is one that I made. I don't know if you guys can see. This is actually blue. It is blue, green, pink, purple. This yarn, I don't know. Can y'all see that? But it's a little brighter than what it shows on camera. A little bit. So this is one of the type that go around the neck. I was thinking, should I add some fringes to it? And these are very warm. So you put your jacket on, and it's going to keep all your chesticles nice and warm. So this was one I made. I haven't added any fringes to this one. Not sure if I'm going to keep it or not. I haven't figured that out yet. And this is my favorite one, but I really think I should have made it a little bit bigger, but I already added the fringes to it. And I'm not going to take the fringes off. So that's one. I mean, that's two. Oh, Lord. And I already showed you guys this one. This one is lighter and it's a lot softer. I'm not really sure. I know the other yarn is acrylic. This has to be mixed with something else because it's so much softer. I don't know, child. This one, I make this one for my niece. I really like this one with the little shingling things on there. I like it. And this kind of reminds me of, I don't know, some kind of like popcorn. The yarn is white with purple, yellow, pink, and orange polka dots. There you go. So, how many is that? 5? I don't know. And then I made this one for my mother-in-law, and it's got a little shingling, and it is black with some kind of shiny other silver yarn mixed in with it. And from all of those, you get little balls of yarn that are left, that won't make another complete project. So I'm going to make a scrap yarn granny square blanket. So you got to make 1,000 squares, not 1,000, but at least 100 squares. And then you have to sew them all together to make your blanket. So you just make squares. You make them any color, that you want. The squares just all have to be the same size. So I think I've made about 20. I think I have about 20. So I think you need like 50 to make a decent blanket, at least 50. So I've been um, working on those as I watch TV, just whip them out because they ain't gonna make theyself. It once you start a project like this where you need like so many squares, you just keep going until you get them. And then I'm gonna have to lay them out, arrange them, and lay them out and see, where I want the different colors to go. Is it gonna make a pattern or what, or is it just gonna be a scrap yarn blanket? So that's the biggest project so far that um, I've made for this year. I started that this year, and I'll be finished probably in a couple of months. Have I ever made a dread hat? I had a tam down here that I was. Oh, here we go. I don't know if my hair will fit in this now because when I made this, my hair was not this long. This is how old this hat is. I don't even think my hair is going to fit anymore. Oh yeah, it still fits. I usually put this on when my hair is wet. Let's see if y'all can see the back. So yeah. So Rasta hat made in the circle, made in the round, as people call it. Started out in the round. It looks like a flat pancake. And you just keep going until it gets big enough for your head. I've had that one a long time though. A long time. Probably a good 6 years. So I do have a lot of I can't wear them in my sleep. I can't sleep with anything on my head. I've tried, putting my head in those dread socks and the ones that look like wave caps. They thin like the wave cap, but it's a dread sock. You put your dreads down in there and you put it on. I can't sleep with all that stuff on my head. I just put my dreads up in a bun on top of my head and go to sleep because I don't want my hair hanging down. Let's talk about WW3. I don't want to talk about that. I don't. I I don't talk about that kind of stuff on this channel. I don't talk about politics and you know um, the president and all of that kind of stuff. We get enough of that on from the media, so I don't like talking about that. And some of the views that you have about the president and stuff, you can't voice that kind of stuff online. So I would rather not um, talk about it. Period. And I don't. You will rarely, if ever, see me talking about politics. For one, that's something that most people most people say politics and religion is two things that you shouldn't talk about with people that you don't know, because 9 times out of 10 you're not going to have the same opinion as that person, and those are some things that cause arguments, because people feel so differently about um those type of situations. So I try not to talk about them. I'd rather talk about anything else other than that. I'm looking back to make sure I didn't miss. Oh, Heart of a Sin TV said I want to see it, but it may make me cry. It probably will. I'm not sure if it's on Netflix because I saw it on HBO. I have PayPal and Cash App. Um, PayPal and Cash App, the same name. I use almost 94602 um, everywhere. I I think even on Twitter, but I'm just not on Twitter that often. I said too, I was gonna get on Twitter and start. But I'm like, what am I gonna tweet about? What am I gonna talk about? Because it seems like people be really serious on Twitter. Like, I don't know. I don't really have anything to tweet about. I don't even think I've posted a picture on Instagram for the new year. I guess because I don't feel like I look any different than I did last year. So why would I? Oh, you sent me an email? Oh, okay. Oh no. I mean, I'll look at it anyway. What, you sent it today? You sent the email today? Hey, Phoenix. Oh, you just sent it? Oh, okay. Yeah, I rarely check my emails while we are online. Oh, so it looks like Jay Wilson is doing a call in. I should call in just to be messy. I ain't got time to call in and say nothing to that crazy man. I'm like, what is that? Okay, who wants a reading? Because I ain't got nothing to talk about today. It's Friday. By the time we get to Friday, and this has been one of those weeks where, we were thrown off because it was a holiday midweek. And for some reason, oh, how did the card get bent? Dog it. Ooh, that was a bad shuffle. Um, I was just a little tired this week. I don't know. I guess it's just the whole, I don't want to say hype, but it's the whole mind is racing. Like, what is this year going to bring? How is this year going to be different from other years? So, yeah, your body is kind of, you do need, after the new year, you do need some time to just kind of, chill out. It's not like I've been doing a lot anyway, but it's just the energy. Plus, now everybody is throwing off this, WW3 energy. I noticed a lot of people have been posting about it and making jokes about it on the shade room, and I'm just the type of person that I don't think some things are funny. You know, I don't think certain things need to be joked about. Gosh, what is wrong with my shuffling skills? I'm not shuffling well. Okay, who is brave enough? Who is brave enough to I can't believe it's 2020. I used to think we would have flying cars. Oh my God. Like, I thought the cars would be flying in the year of 2000. Okay, well, you got to look at the fact that I was born in 1964. Okay, it seems so much farther away now to say 1964 in 2020. So I really thought by the year 2000, cars would be flying. I'm disappointed. I really am. I'm disappointed that there are no flying cars and there are no robots to fix our food. You know, like the Jetsons. I wanted to have a robot by now who did all of the housework and fix my meals. If I wanted a pizza, I wanted the robot to go in there and fix it. I'm still fixing my food in 2020. It's ridiculous. I mean, the closest we've gotten to that is DoorDash. And now you can't even trust the DoorDash people. They're going to be eating your food and stuff. Okay, a hard to ascend TV was the first person. Let's see. Okay, these are one card readings. One card per person. Now, if you want three, you have to pay for that. And I'm not doing that on here. You would have to um, make an appointment. And I'm only going to do a few for free anyway. Okay, let's see. Let's move this out. Ooh, what is up with the Abracadabra Witch? Somebody else got this card. Let's see. Let's see what the book says. Okay. It says the charming Abracadabra Witch has 365 phantom familiars, sympathetic to their own particular strengths and virtues. They help the witch weave powerful magic every day of the year. They will help your impossible dreams to come true, especially when you speak your wish to them. An unexpected magical change is about to take you by surprise, bringing you peace of mind as well as much comfort and love. So the Abracadabra Witch, like when this card comes up, it is, of course, it is dealing with magic. Abracadabra has always been one of those magical terms. So when this card comes up, I usually tell people maybe it's kind of time for you to, tap into your magical resources. It's time for you to find out who your the book says familiar, or some people say spirit animal. Find out who your spirit animal is for right now. We don't just have one spirit animal for the rest of our lives. There are always animals coming into our lives to be our spirit animal for the time being or until it's time for you to move on to another one. If you guys, you know, my subscribers that really know me know that I love the sloth. The sloth is truly my spirit animal right now. I love everything about the sloth. I love the fact that they move so slow. They are so unconcerned about what is going on with them. They love to take naps. They eat their food. They hang out. They don't dispel a whole lot of energy. And that's me. Sometimes a spirit animal will come to you to tell you to slow down. Girl, you moving too fast. You need to slow down and just, let the world pass you by if they have to. You just chill out. You ain't got to be moving all fast, girl. Just slow down. And the sloth reminds me of that. I have on sloth pajamas right now and everything. So everything, that I'm buying right now has sloths on it to remind me to, take a chill pill, girl. You ain't got to be tripped out over everything. So it's time for you to find out who your spirit animal is. That's why in this card, she has a raven, she has a spider, she has a lizard, she has a cat, she has a frog, and she has a rabbit, and she has a bat. So you have to find out who your spirit animal or familiar, whatever you choose to call your, some people call them spirit totems, whatever you choose to call yours, you got to find what it is first. Because I went through this period of time when I was seeing octopus everywhere. I was crocheting octopus. I made, I can't even tell you how many octopi I made. I was giving them away to people, and I was saying, what is going on with me and octopus? I never liked octopus before. Looked it up, and the spiritual meaning for octopus was just hitting my life. This was like a couple of years ago. I'm not really into octopus no more. This right now it's sloths. And everybody, so I found this one in the dollar store. My husband bought me this one for my birthday, and my granddaughter bought me these two from the dollar store. So these are all of my sloths so far. And I will be getting more because I really do like them. But these two are so cute because, like him. I was looking for another one like him to be his wife. So I gave her, this is Rufus and Chaka Khan. And I haven't named them yet, but I will. So, I really like this one because it's so fuzzy. This looks more like what a sloth really looks like because he's got the little hands and everything. So, but they have the little, claw thing on their little hands also. So yeah, so you just have to figure out, what your animal is, what animal you are attracted to, because animals will come to us. I have two cats outside, a brown one and a black one. They come to the house almost every day, if not every day, and just lay out there and sleep like under my porch and by my porch and stuff. It drives Gizmo crazy, but they have to be my two familiars because they keep coming here. They don't live here, but they come here. And they have to come under the gate or over the gate to get to my house. So they're coming here for me. Last night, went outside to take Gizmo out, and it was three snails on my porch. And you know, snails are like a representation of Obatala. And you know, snails kind of remind you to do the same thing. Just take it slow, take it easy, don't be tripping off of nothing. Because snails are not in a rush to get anywhere. They not moving fast. They can't. That's just their thing. So find out, you know, what your um I done broke my nail, child. Find out what your familiar is, and you know, concentrate on it and learn about it and do your little magic and go on from there. Make sense? Yeah, I mean, sloths are those kind of animals that they not really cute. You can't say they cute, but they ugly cute. You know, some things that are so ugly it makes it cute. That's a sloth. They're not, you know, a sloth is not like a koala bear. I've never seen an ugly koala bear. Koala bears are just cute. They just look cute, like panda bears. Panda bears are cute. Like I ain't never seen an ugly panda. They're just fat, chubby, colorful, and cute. You know what I mean? Like you wouldn't really say a gorilla is cute. Now, gorilla babies, like when they're little, they cute, but you know when they get older, they're not. When they get big and massive and aggressive looking, you don't really think they're cute. But um, okay, Phoenix, Phoenix, the last person now. I ain't gonna do no more. What time is it? Dang, it's only 7 o'clock. Dog, I thought it was like 10 o'clock. So we don't never get time. I ain't gonna never get used to this time change thing, huh? I want the time to go back. Stop messing with the time. I hate that. Okay. The West Witch. Okay. The West Witch predicts a gift for you, along with divine intervention or strange coincidence. The sun finally sets on a sinking situation that can neither be gazed upon nor held for long. Autumn and sunsets may be a significant time for ending negative influences and beginning good ways. In the eerie darkness of night, West Witch spirits murmur their ethereal presence. Strengthened by rest, you are illuminated by real changes of heart and mind, which defeat the illusion of delusion. So it's just basically saying what I've always said. Don't let the sun set on you feeling angry or, you know, depressed or going through anything. Get all of that stuff out before you go to bed. When you go to bed at night, when night falls, it is time to release any negativity, So this card is saying that you are going, and it's a good card. This will be a good card. This is a good card for the new year, because it's saying go into the new year fresh. Starting now, start to do things differently. Be more aware of your going to bed, when the sun sets, to start doing more things to make yourself, to give yourself that restful and peaceful sleep. So before you go to bed, maybe you could journal. That's a good way to get things off of your mind and heart before you go to bed so that you can sleep better. Journal those things. If something is going on, make sure you write them out. And one thing about journaling, if you can't be honest with your journal, don't do it. If you're not really ready to acknowledge your feelings, your real feelings to your journal, don't do it. I mean, even bad things, I write them down. Things about however I'm feeling. Like if I wake up and I'm just not feeling the fact that I weigh over 200 pounds, I still write that down. I'm having a hard day being 200 pounds today. Learn how to be honest with yourself. Because if you can't be honest with yourself, you can't be honest with nobody else. You cannot. How do you expect to be in a honest, committed relationship with someone else and you don't have that honest commitment with yourself? Because some people can't do that. Some people cannot be honest and tell themselves, hey, you messed up today. You shouldn't have did that. Or you shouldn't have said that. Or maybe you should have said that in a different way. If I can't tell myself that, how can I tell you or anybody else? So, this is a good card. We're at the beginning of the year. It's a good time to start putting in place different things to help us grow spiritually, emotionally, and maturely right now, this year. Every year you should be looking to change something about yourself anyway. That's growth. They tear down to build up. And sometimes you have to get rid of certain things that are going on in your life to make you a better person. If you don't want to curse people out and be aggressive with people, then you need to learn how to stop cursing people out and being aggressive with people. But you have to first acknowledge the fact that you do curse people out and you are an aggressive person. If you can't realize that, then you can't change it. Because people can tell you that, you do certain things and you're like, no, I don't. I don't do that. But you do. But it's just hard for you to acknowledge the fact that you do that. I'm loud. And my husband tells me I'm loud all the time. And I'm like, I'm not loud. But I know deep down inside, I am loud. I'm loud. I'll be loud in the house. I mean loud sometimes. Like laughing and everything. And if he tell me I'm loud, I'll be like, no. No, I'm not. I just don't want him to say it. But I know I am. Now, I'm not going to change the fact that I'm loud, but I am loud, child. Y'all know I'm loud. Yeah. It's a new decade. So you have to be doing, you have to be doing some things differently. Like, you can't do the same thing in 2020 that you did in 2019. Unless it's something positive. I'm a child of a Legua, and I'm always around raccoons and possums. You must not live in the city. Where you live was raccoons and opossums. I see a raccoon every now and then where I live. Not often. Not often at all. A hard to attend TV. I've been hiding because I was Christian and I grew up that way. I've been attacked because of how I am, but I'm open now and I'm not hiding anymore. That's lofty, so cute. Yeah, I mean, I think we all go through that. I was hiding for a while too. You know, I didn't want, I just didn't want to hurt my mom because she was so Christian. And I didn't want her to think that she had did something wrong. And that was why I was, changing religions or, whatever. Because believe it or not, it don't matter how old you are, your parents will always blame themselves when the child acts out of character. Your parents are always gonna feel like, well, should I have done this, or I could have did this, or maybe I should have did this, or I shouldn't have did this. And I just didn't want my mom to feel like she had did something wrong. So, I never really told my mom like what I was doing really, really on the real, real, because I just wanted her to continue feeling like she had, did a good job with me, and I was just her good Christian daughter. I mean, I wasn't going to church. She didn't really have a problem with me not going to church, but I really felt like had she known everything, she would have had a problem because she wouldn't have understood that I still believe in the same God that you believe in, but in the Yoruba tradition, we just call him by a different name, but it's still God. God is still God. No matter what name you call him, he's still God. And of course, God is going to have different names from different people because we speak different languages. That makes sense. So everybody is not going to call God by the same name because we all out here speaking different tongues. But as long as you believe in a supreme being, someone higher than you, the creator, then you should be fine. That's how I see it. And even if you don't believe, if you're an atheist, I don't have a problem with that. Any religion that people practice, I don't care what you practice because what you practice is not going to keep me out of heaven or wherever I choose to go. What you practice ain't going to stop me from doing that if you a Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, whatever. Who cares? That's how I see it. But as Christians, that's not how we're raised. We're raised to believe that our religion is, the only religion. And if you're not Christian, you don't believe in Jesus, and you not this, you're going to go to the bottom instead of to the top. But I've just gotten to the point now where I just let people believe what they believe. If they think that is something wrong with me, then you think it's something wrong with me. I don't care. I don't care what you believe. I mean, when it comes to me, like, I don't care what you believe. Happy New Year. I don't care what you believe about me. You know what I mean? Like, I have really gotten to the point where I just don't care. I can't care what other people believe about me, how other people perceive me. Like, I want people to think that, I'm a nice person, or that I'm a good person, and I'm, a morally nice person. That I have good morals, but other than that, I don't care if you think I'm too fat or my hair is nappy, or I don't care about that kind of stuff anymore. And that says something about you as a person. If you're walking around telling people that, they're too fat, or, you know, talking about things about a person that, they can't change. Like, I heard some people talking about Brianna today, and Brianna is a heavy set young lady, but I mean, she's a heavy set young lady. I'm a heavy set woman. I don't know what Brianna's medical, I don't know her medical history. So who am I to say, oh, she should lose weight, for her health? But we don't know what her health is. And it's not right to assume that all heavy set people are unhealthy. This lady, her blood pressure could be better than mine. Who am I to say that she needs to change? But that's the world that we live in. We assume that all heavyset people are sick or damaged in some type of way. And it's sad. So I don't really trip off of how people view me or what they think about me, and they have called me the voodoo lady of YouTube, and all this kind of stuff. I don't care about that. I don't care, child. And that's how we should all be. We shouldn't care. None of us. Because we know who we are. Oh, what is this? Oh, okay. I gotta look at that. The realtor sent me something. So I gotta go check out that. Um, we shouldn't care what people think about us, or how people view us, or anything. Because I'm telling you, it will make you a much happier person to not care about what somebody else thinks about you. Because if you live in your life worried about what somebody thinks about you, you are not going to be happy. Because that's how I used to be when I was younger. I would just spend hours in my room figuring out what I was going to wear to school, what wasn't going to make my stomach look fat, and, you know, how I was going to hide, my little. And my stomach wasn't even that big, but, I was a chubby girl in high school. And, a lot of the other girls were smaller than me. And when everybody is, small, and you got a little, pudgy thing, be trying to figure out how, can I wear a shirt underneath that, or can I pull my pants up high enough to hide it? And, you're constantly going like this so that your shirt won't lay on. If I could take all that time back that I have sat in a mirror trying to adjust my clothes, or, you know, thinking, should I wear a girdle with this dress, or, is it going to look right? Are you going to see my fat? And when I was young, I used to sweat a lot under my arms. Um, I don't know if it was, I don't know what it was, but I used to sweat a lot, and I used to get so embarrassed. I would walk around like this, so you couldn't see. God, when I think about all of the time I wasted in my life worrying about what somebody else was going to think about a sweat stain. If I can drill one thing into my granddaughter's heads, that is to not worry about what people say about you. I don't think boys really trip off of it as much as girls do, but we have to start telling our young ladies early. Don't worry about that, child. Especially stuff in high school. Because before you know it, high school is going to be over, and more than likely, you will not see those people anymore. The only time that I really see people that I went to high school with is on Facebook. Every now and then I will bump into someone, but it is very rare. I still live in the city that I went to high school in, and I still don't bump into those people. And a lot of them made my high school years extremely uncomfortable. They really did. But now they all fat. Fat, fat. Some of them bigger than me. So we all in the same boat. Because we all 55, all of us that graduated with me, we all 55. If they ain't 55 yet, they gonna be 55 this year. We all on the same playing field now. They all fat. All the dudes even fat. You know, the boys that laughed at me and, you know, didn't want to take me to prom, they fat. So, don't worry about these people, child. Don't worry about nothing. Yeah, your daughter 17, please tell her. Don't worry about these crazy people. You ain't gonna see these people no more, child. You ain't gonna see them no. And my mama tried her best to tell me that. Don't worry about them people. You ain't gonna see them no more once you graduate. But she didn't say grad. What she used to say? Graduate. And she was country. You hear me? My mother put the K in country. Once you graduate, you ain't gonna see them people no more. Don't worry about them people. They don't like you, forget them. They ain't gotta like you. You ain't going up to that school to be liked. You going up there to learn. But you want friends. But don't let that friendship put you to a point where you're constantly comparing yourself to other people and putting yourself down and stressing yourself out because you don't have a flat stomach. My stomach never got flat, child. It's still big. Honey, you talking about busted. Some of them people that I went to high school with. Ooh, I know this girl. One time we was playing basketball in the gym. Cause I played JV basketball, believe it or not. And so the varsity team came out and they wanted the gym to practice. And this girl, she lived across the parking lot from me. She was like, "Get off the court, fat girl." I ain't forgot that. I was probably about 15. And she was tall and thin. You know, everybody in her family was tall and thin. So she was tall and thin. She played basketball the whole, like, junior high school, high school. She fat. Now she tall and fat. Fat, fat. Look like there's something going on with her thyroid. Because she fat. She look like, and she the type of fat that she just looks like a totally different person because I was so used to seeing her thin. But I ran into her at Walmart and I couldn't even believe it was her. Like she was bigger than me. And I really, now you know, I wanted to be scandalous and be like, "Get out my way, fat girl." But I didn't do that, okay? Because we were both fat. But you see how that happens? That's the kind of stuff that happens. And God let me see it. Look at her. Look at her, girl. Look at her. Bigger than me. Because she at least 6 feet tall. If she's not 6 feet, she close to it. Hey, Phyllis. Yeah. So, you know, we do. We have to teach our daughters. Don't, honey, don't get stressed out about what's going on with you during your teenage years, because all of that stuff is gonna pass. My last time my granddaughter came over here, honey, she had all of these products. She had all of this stuff for her hair. She got like the mixed girl, curly girl, black girl magic stuff for her hair. So, because her hair is very curly. So, she uses this stuff on her hair, and she said, "Oh, I have to go and do my before bed beauty treatment for my skin." I'm like, "Oh, Lord." 11. 11. When I was 11, I didn't have no beauty treatment. And this girl got like some type of 3-step cleanser. I don't know what she had, child. She had a cleanser or something, a moisturizer. And she was like, "Granny, you don't use a moisturizer?" No, girl. I'm not putting all that stuff on my face. No, I'm going to bed. I don't even, half the time, I don't even wash my face before I go to bed. If I take a shower or whatever, my face might get washed. But I'm not going through all that stuff. Child, I don't have the patience for all that stuff, child. No. Girl, I have some Pond's. I got a Pond's and a Nivea thing. That if I think about what's all that other stuff that y'all be doing to get all the exfoliating, and I'm not doing all that. I'm not doing that. And my skin is nice for 55. I'm not exfoliating and moisturizing and plumping and prepping, and I can't do all that. I don't have the patience for that. I said, "Lord, look, if this child is doing all of this at 11, can you imagine what she's going to be doing when she get 30? My my mother had a nighttime, and I used to just sit there and watch her. She would clean her face, and I think my mother used like Noxzema or something. I think she used Noxzema at night. Because I think I did the Noxzema thing for a little while, but then I didn't like the way it smelled. So I got Pond's. Is it Noxzema? I don't know, child. It's something that I use. Or I'll just use my eczema lotion. I'm not doing all that stuff. I'm dealing with adult acne. I use to oil cleanse. Maybe I need to start again. Yeah, I did Noxzema, I did Neutrogena. I did the Neutrogena soap and stuff for a little while, but that was only because my eczema and stuff was flaring up when I was like in my 20s. Gizmo, Gizmo, you okay, dude? Damn, he had his whole face in the thing. I used to use that clear Neutrogena soap. Glycerin, is it called glycerin soap? I think they still make that, because I ain't seen that in a long time. That clear bar, I used to use that. I do drink a lot of water. Now that is one thing that I do. I do drink water. I didn't like the black soap. Oh, I used Sea Breeze for a while. Well, I stopped using that. I used Sea Breeze on my scalp when my psoriasis uh, was acting up. But I ain't had a problem with that in a minute, so I ain't had to use it. But I used to use that. And witch hazel, every now and then. I'll stop using that. I don't really use anything. Yeah, I like Pines. Me and Pines. Uh, I even use the Pines makeup removers. I don't wear makeup that often, but when I do wear it, I use the Pines makeup remover too. because me and Pines, whatever they got in there, what's that other one that? Oh, oil of Olay. I use that too. Bumble the Bee said I heard eating walnuts helps clear the arteries. I'm allergic to nuts. So for y'all people that don't have nut allergies, okay, yeah, yeah. This what I use. Let me see if they have the one that I use. Is it this one? The daily. I think it's this one. Hold on. Let me make sure. Or is it this one? Oh, okay. I tried the eye gel, the Olay Age Defying Classic Eye Gel, which is that one. I use that one at night sometimes because I'm finally getting the fine lines under my eyes. Okay. For all you people that say black don't crack, it does. And I use the Complete All Day Moisture Cream by Oil of Olay. It is $7. I usually get mine at Walmart, so I use that one too. I like the Oil of Olay products. Didn't I do a video and show y'all like all of the beauty products I use? The Oil of Olay Regenerous Micro Sculpting. Child, that's $25. Now, see, I'm the type of person, I'm not spending $20 on no face cream. I can't see myself doing that. Now, I spend $7 on some under eye stuff, but I'm not spending $30 on no face cream because they do have Oil of Olay Regenerous Whipped Face. In the cream, it looks like it's thicker. It's $30. They ain't gonna get 35. They ain't gonna get $30 from me, child. No, they not. The Olay Regenerous Night Recovery is 25. Mm-mm. No, you're not. Mm-mm. You're not about to get $30 from me for no cream. Yeah, I mean, I can't say. I just think it's in your genes. You know what I mean? I think your skin is just in your genes. If your parents have good skin and you take care of your, skin, you'll have good skin. If you lay out in the sun and you eat a lot of grease and bad foods, you'll have bad skin. I do drink a lot. I drink a lot of water. I really do. I drink a lot of water because I do take, medications and stuff. So I throw a lot of water into the body to try to, help balance that. I do eat decent. I eat a lot of greens. I eat a lot of raw foods. I don't eat a lot of bread. And I can't remember the last time we even purchased bread. I don't eat a lot of meat. I don't eat hardly any red meat. I don't eat pork. I don't eat fish. So, I think that helps. Um, your diet plays a good part in what your skin looks like. You know what I mean? Your diet plays a good part in you being healthy, period. You can't expect to be healthy eating McDonald's and Taco Bell and all of that stuff every day. You just can't be healthy eating that on a regular basis. Like a treat every now and then, ain't nothing wrong with having a Big Mac, maybe one a month. But if you eat McDonald's every day, then no, your body can't process that. If you eat McDonald's Monday, Taco Bell Tuesday, Chick-fil-A Wednesday, no, you're not gonna be healthy, and you're gonna have bad skin. and bad everything else. You're going to have bad digestive systems. Okay, I got rid of them. Lord. Some people just don't have nothing. It is Friday night. These little young kids, they ain't got nothing else to do. Poor baby. I hit them. And water cleans that toxic. Yeah, water gets all of the toxic. Well, it helps to flush a lot of those toxic things out of the body. Cupcake 701, Vaseline and olive oil, and good choices to condition or moisturize your skin. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about olive oil. A lot of people, swear by olive oil, but me and olive oil don't do that. And I only put Vaseline really on my feet and like elbows. Some people be having them rough elbows. My elbows don't look rough. I put like Vaseline on my elbows and stuff because I don't want them old rusty black elbows and on my feet. But I don't like putting Vaseline on my face. Phoenix Blue said I need to detox from bad carbs. Yeah, my doctor, he basically was like, leave that rice, potatoes, bread, leave that alone. Don't bother that. And I noticed since I have stopped eating those things, I basically lose a pound maybe every other day or so. I'm not gaining no weight, which is a good thing. My blood pressure is a lot better. My blood sugar is normal, which is good. After you get a certain age, you have to watch your A1C. You got to keep that A1C level down. You have to make sure that your body is making enough insulin or for you to maintain a certain level and not making too much insulin and not making enough insulin because after you get a certain age, it is easier for you to become diabetic if you're not watching what you eat. I'm very, very conscious of what me and my husband eat because we did have a scare a couple of years ago. Both of our A1Cs was a little higher than it should have been. Not diabetic high, but high enough for the doctor to be like, you got to go back in that direction. And I was like, I sure will. Soon as he told me, I got on that. We started eating better, and both of our A1Cs came down. I'm very conscious of those type of things. A lot of people are not conscious about what is going on with their body. Like they feel like if I ignore it, it'll go away. I'm not that type of person. I'm not gonna ignore anything about when it comes to my health. I'm not gonna ignore it. I'm gonna try my best to fix it. Yeah, I can't do the keto. The keto got too much meat in it for me. I don't know. I can't do that. I would rather be vegan or vegetarian or um, just eat plant based than be keto. For one, I don't really like following diets. Period. You know what I mean? When you say it's a diet, then it starts to I'm on the diet. I'd rather be like, well, I just eat whole food, plant based. Then keto, excuse me, keto just seemed like it was too much going on. Cause don't you eat a lot of fat and stuff with keto? I don't know, child. I don't like following directions and stuff. I think that's Atkins keto. You can do vegan. The Atkins keto you can do vegan? I'm gonna have to look it up. Yeah, the only meat that I really like right now is chicken. Oh, you ate a lot of vegetables? No, Atkins and keto are similar but not the same. Oh, okay. I think I have a book. I think I have the Atkins diet, the book. I'm gonna look for it and see. I think I bought it like years ago. But I'm just like right now, I'm just staying away from a lot of white stuff. Like we're not eating any rice or potatoes or bread, stuff like that. Um, the only chicken, the only chicken, the only meat that I really eat is chicken. That I prepare at home. And it was so interesting when me and my husband went to our anniversary dinner. He did real good. His meal was vegan. He had it was something like spaghetti squash with beet meatballs. The meatballs were made out of beets and something. We're doing much better. And plus we said now we're going to start going to more restaurants that are vegan friendly, um, or have more plant based options. If you stop going to McDonald's, you won't eat McDonald's. You know what I mean? If you stop going to places that don't have a whole lot of plant based options, you won't be tempted. So, like, don't go to Applebee's if you really love wings and, little bar food and all that kind of stuff. Don't go to Applebee's because that's what they serve. Go somewhere where they're not going to have chicken wings. And so that's what boy, you look a mess. That's what we said that we were going to do this year. We were going to start going to restaurants that have more plant-based options or more vegan um, options. That way you won't be tempted to. Did you try the Impossible Whopper? Yeah. My husband not only tried the one from Burger King, he tried the one at Carl's Jr. What is theirs called? Theirs is not called Impossible, is it? It's something. But it's supposed to be like the same thing. I mean, it tastes the same to me. And if you get all the mayonnaise and cheese and everything else, it's just to me it tasted just like a regular Whopper. You know what I mean? It's on the same bun. It had mayonnaise and all the stuff on it like a regular Whopper. I got the one with cheese, so tastes the same to me. Yeah, I didn't see, like, I've seen some people do videos. I'm like, oh, it's so dry. It was so dry. Oh, I couldn't even eat it because it was so dry. The Whopper is dry. If you take the patty off the Whopper, that thing is heck of dry and thin. They both look the same. I think the Impossible is not quite the same color as the regular Whopper, but they look the same. Don't you come over here. Don't come over here. Go in your house. Go in your house. Go lay down. Go on. Your door not open? Oh no, this door not open. He like, how am I gonna go in there? The door closed, girl. The door closed. Well, stay over there. Hey, KK. Girl, we done talked about everything. We talking about food now. Do you have any restaurants that you like to go to that serves whole food or plant based? how you eating right now? Are you eating meat or are you off meat? Because I'm really trying to eat as many vegetables, as many vegetables and fruit, raw foods as possible. I'm low carb keto. Do you like falafel? I do. I like falafel. I haven't had it in a while, but I do like them. It used to be a place in Berkeley that, oh my God, they had the best falafels. And it was like a little hole in the wall, kind of like a salad place. Like you would go up and tell them what you wanted, and then they would fix your salad, and then they had like falafels. And that place went out of business. Like, I'm really surprised that that place went out of business. It was near UC Berkeley. Because, Berkeley always got a lot of um, you know, vegan or vegan friendly restaurants. I mean, it's just a lot of restaurants, period, near the college. I mean, that's the part of Berkeley that I really like. It's a college town. It's always, the college kids are always out. It's a lot of stores and shops and restaurants and, all kind of tie-dye stores and stuff in Berkeley. Because Berkeley still has that undertone of hippies. Like the hippies didn't leave Berkeley; they stayed there. All them older, the hippies are older now, but they're still in Berkeley. So I do like um, going there. Yeah, them hole in the wall places are the best. She said it's like a fried chickpea ball. Yeah, it's a little. They be about that big. It kind of reminds you of kind of what a hush puppy, but I think they're a little bit bigger than a hush puppy, right? And they're a little darker. They good though. Hey Malik, if you like Mediterranean food, you can order from. And I'm not really into what else is Mediterranean. Gyros is it called gyro or gyro? I don't know, child. Them little things, and it's got the meat and the vegetables and stuff on the inside. Is that Mediterranean? Yeah, it does remind you of Hush Puppy. Is that Mediterranean? I got my Sprite too. But I alternate. I love the shredded goat meat and rice. Shredded goat meat and rice? What is that? Shredded goat meat and rice? That's Mediterranean? Or is that Ethiopian? You lost 85 pounds and gained back 20. And now I'm on low carb keto 1 month in and I work out 3 to 5 days a week. I'm very strict on my. Yeah, I lost 65 pounds and gained 40 back. But I've lost 10. So I'm getting close. Yeah, that's real good. Oh, oh no, not the one that I've had. I don't think it was goat in the one that I had. I don't know what it was. This drive-in used to sell hush puppies and corn fritters. I ain't had a corn fritter in a long time. Yeah, losing weight is really not the easiest thing in the world to do. That's why it makes me so mad when thin people, who ain't ever struggled with their weight, have the audacity to say, well, all you got to do is this. When if you ain't never been overweight, you don't know what the person got to do. You know, because that ain't never been your struggle. So shut up. That's what I want you to do. Just shut up. If you ain't never had that struggle, then you can't tell a person what they can do. Okay, y'all. I'm tired of talking. Y'all not gonna see me tomorrow. I'm going to look at these houses um, tomorrow. I think we're going to go and look at a few. And that's going to be it. Because I think it's supposed to rain tonight, which sucks. Is it raining? It might be raining now. I'm not sure. I can't tell. But they said it was supposed to rain tonight for sure. And in the morning. So we probably gonna go look at these houses, and that's about it for the weekend. I don't know. So I don't know if I'll be back, tomorrow. If you guys don't see me tomorrow, just know that, we running around trying to find a house. So keep us in your prayers that we find a place that we like and that we can move some. Probably gonna light a candle tonight and ask the ancestors to go before me and find us a place so that we can move. Because I'm ready to move. I really am. I'm ready to go, child. I'm ready to go. And one of the places that we saw had a she shed. Child, do you know how happy I would be if I had a she shed? I told my husband when, we were looking at the place online, I was like, Lord, it's got a she shed. And my husband was like, a what? I was like, a shed. It's got a shed in the back. That could be my she shed. I can take all of my craft. He was like, yes, praise God for the she shed. When I said I could take all my craft items and crochet stuff to the she shed, my husband was all for it, honey. He is all for the she shed. Anything so he don't have to be stepping over crochet items and yarn and drying art projects. Don't go near that. It's still wet. So, child, he wants me to have a she shed. I love that commercial. When that woman, honey, stand in agreement with me that we get this house with the she shed. I do want a house with a nice size backyard. Okay? A backyard, even if the place don't come with a she shed, we can put a she shed back there. It's big enough to put a she shed back there because the house that my sister-in-law moved into, theirs had a shed in the back already, but it was more like tool shed, not really big enough for a she shed. But they have a nice size backyard, but I want a backyard big enough for a she shed. And a she shed is just a shed that's a little bit bigger than a tool shed. Like you can actually go in and, put, if you want to, like a table and, where I can do my little art projects and stuff and not have to trip. So y'all stand in agreement with me, honey, that we find a house with a nice backyard so Gizmo can get a brother or sister, because my husband did say that we gonna get another dog when we move. So Gizmo can have a brother or sister, and they can be out in the backyard playing and, having fun and stuff. We can barbecue and all that good stuff that we can't do here because the backyard here is shared. Like, we could if we wanted to, but you don't want to share the backyard with somebody and it's a tenant in the back. And you just don't want to be making noise around somebody else, because I wouldn't want them to be doing that out in front of my house and stuff. So that's the only thing about the place that we live in now, is just no backyard. Hey, Leah. No, girl, we ain't going as far as Stockton. No. Right now we looking in Vallejo. Stockton, no. We ain't even looking there. I mean, we looked and just to get an idea of the prices, but that's too far. He don't want to drive not from Stockton. Casey said, "Do a gender reveal for Gizmo soon to be sibling." Trust me, I will when we find one. No, Gizmo's mom is not having a baby. We don't even know who Gizmo's mom is. We don't know. We have no idea who's Gizmo's mom might not even still be alive. But we're going to adopt a brother or sister for Gizmo. Not baby. He sure though. Gizmo don't want no siblings. I want Gizmo to have a sibling. Gizmo don't want no siblings. Gizmo is probably like, don't bring nobody else here. I don't want no brother or sister. What is you talking about? I'm fine as the only child. Yeah, that's. Whew. I don't even want to think about what that's gonna be like. Cause Gizmo don't like nobody. So he ain't gonna like another dog and a puppy. Phoenix said, she said gender reveal and I got excited. Girl, don't get excited. Ain't nobody having no babies. Adopt the baby, not have one. Cause I sure ain't having no kids. I ain't even adopting no kids. Whose birthday is on the 12th? Oh, Phyllis? Your birthday on the 12th, girl? Yeah, we gonna have a good time that day. We gonna have a good time. Yeah, I don't even know we don't even know who Gizmo's mama is, to be honest. When my son found Gizmo, he was by himself. And he said he looked everywhere because he was the only puppy out there. So they don't know if he was dumped in that apartment complex, or if one of the kids had found him somewhere and brought him there, because he was little. So, we don't have no idea. That's why we don't know what Gizmo is. You know what I mean? That's why we have no idea what type of dog he is, because we don't know what his mama was. At least if we knew what his mother was, we would have an idea of what he was. Like, they know he's a terrier because he has the physical characteristics of some type of terrier, but he's mixed with something, and they're not sure if it's Maltese or what. The vet, his regular vet, thinks he's a terrier Maltese mix, but she said, the only way you can know for sure is if they run a blood test. And I don't want to know that bad, child. I don't. He could be whatever he want to be. I'm not going to pay no $200 to have no dog blood test done just to find out what he mixed with. I don't care. He cute. That's all I need to know. I ain't did my DNA test yet to find out what I'm mixed with. And you think I'm going to find out what my dog is mixed with before I find out what I'm mixed with? I don't think so. I think she said 200 to do some kind of blood test that they send away to somewhere because they don't do it at the facility. Oh, I don't want to know that bad girl. He a dog. We already know that. We've established the fact that he's a dog. That's all we need to know. He cute and a dog. He's a canine. I don't need to know nothing else. Yeah, it is. There's no reason to know um what he is. I mean, because they put that on his medical chart, terrier mix. That's all they need to know. And like the vet said, most dogs, unless they are registered, you know what I mean, a full breed, are mixed with something. So it's really no need unless you just like specifically want to know what type of dog it is. There's really no need to do those type of blood tests. She said because they already know now what breeds have certain um type of genetic diseases or whatever. So it really don't make no sense to do no tests like that. Hey, Starfire Queen. Yeah, Gizmo ain't trying to do no DNA test. He don't care where his ancestors is from. He could care less. Yeah, I'm not doing no DNA. I ain't did my DNA test yet. I ain't trying to do that stuff. I mean, I was thinking about doing um my DNA test, but when my grandson got his done, I was like, well, we got to be from the same place because you black like me. I mean, the English part, you know, the part of his family being from England is from his mom because she's Caucasian. So the African ancestry has to be the same because he my son's child. My son came from me. My son got half of his DNA from me and half his DNA from his daddy. And so, yeah, we just gonna say it's Africa, Nigeria, and all in places that was put on his thing. You trying to explain cells to your 7-year-old is harder than cells like what? Like body cells or like DNA? Why are you trying to explain that to him at 7? Girl, kids don't care about that. Did they release another part to the R. Kelly thing? Because I saw a video and somebody was saying that it's the part 2 to the series. Is it on Netflix? I mean, I don't care. Do we really care about what's going on with R. Kelly? Do we? Should I care? Because I don't. It's a 3-day series. Oh, that's too much. That's too much information. I don't care. Oh, it's on Lifetime? It's not on Netflix? Because if it's on Lifetime, I can't watch it, I don't think, unless I find it on the Fire Stick. Because I don't think I have Lifetime anymore. I don't know, child. Yeah, I don't care. I really don't. He in jail. He in jail. So whatever is going on with him at this point don't matter. To it, I mean, when the first one came out, he wasn't in jail, right? They hadn't locked him up yet. Y'all heard they locked up the baby? Lord, they didn't put the baby in jail. I gotta get ready to go. The battery's at 15%. But they done locked up the rapper, the baby. He in jail. I guess he jumped on somebody, his promoter or somebody. didn't give him all his money, and they jumped on him. So they done locked up the baby, y'all. I don't know one song that the baby, and I'm sitting here talking about they done locked up the baby like I gotta take a picture of this to remind myself not to buy this yarn no more. Yarn B. I didn't really like it. I think that's this one. That's this scarf. Is used by this brand, Yarn B. And I don't like the way it's dyed. Like some of the colors are off. This color is called Candid Orange. And it's just this big block of purple. And then it goes from purple to yellow to orange to this kind of burgundy color. And they didn't even really give you a whole lot of the burgundy color. I hate when yarns do that. I don't like it. It's too much purple, I think. I should start putting those scarves on Etsy. Y'all think I should put them on Etsy and sell them? Or put them on my Instagram or something? I ain't gonna wear all them scarves, huh? What should I do? Y'all think I should put them on Etsy? Or Instagram? Listen, family, we are not relocating to Detroit, Michigan. After all, we did go for the holiday. We're not going to uproot our lives to be caught in foolery. And besides, it's too cold. Girl, I could have told you Detroit was cold. I could have told you that, girl. Why would you even think about moving to Detroit? Oh, Casey said I should sell them. My heart is still set on North Carolina. Oh, your husband's from Detroit? Does he have a... Is his job going to be transferred out there? I know Detroit used to be... What car company? What car company was Detroit? Detroit had the big car plant. What was that? I mean, I know it's closed now. You gotta take your muscle relaxer. I do too. Chrysler. That's it. Oh, your mother-in-law has dementia. Oh, he want to be close to his mom. Yeah, Chrysler. They had Chrysler and General Motors. I know California had a small General Motors plant. Oh, your father-in-law retired from... Yeah, I know somebody that retired from Chrysler, too. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, sweetheart. That dementia, that ain't no joke. And it's so sad. Like, I've watched so many people on YouTube, talking about their parents having dementia and dealing with that sundowner stage for dementia. At night, people with dementia get up and just be walking around like it's hard to, keep them in the bed at night and stuff. That's got to be so difficult. Oh, she retired from the Department of Human. This phone is on 15%, and I don't want it to just die. So, I don't know if I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll probably see you guys Sunday. Okay? I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.